Kempire is brought to you by...
You deserve roses. You deserve roses that will last you at least a year. So, of course, the Kempire has partnered with Rose Forever yet again. I know what you're thinking, like, what do I need roses for? It's not Valentine's Day, it's not Mother's Day. You always need something beautiful in your home, or you might need a beautiful gift to someone that's moving into a home or going off to college. It's never too late to get something beautiful for your home, especially something that has a great price, ships worldwide, and will last you at least a year. It's worth the money. We've partnered with Rose Forever yet again, so check out the description for more details on how you can get beautiful roses for yourself or someone you love. Happy Libra season. Look, the Virgos showed out during our CAMEO promo, and I know all of you that are Libras want a special shout out from me. Maybe you want a birthday shout out, maybe you want an anniversary shout out, or maybe you just want to speak to me in some shape or form, or you need advice. We can do all of that through our partners with CAMEO. Yes, I'm on CAMEO. Get a personal birthday shout out, anniversary shout out, or just a personal message from me today on CAMEO. More information on our CAMEO will be available in the description along with everything else.
You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network.
All right, so welcome to the Kempire channel, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, Nita, what's going on, guys? All right, so before we get into the Diddy of it all, or the Chris Brown of it all, we'll first get into Chris Brown, then I'll give you another update on Diddy. All right? Ashley says, Kempire, you're up late. Yep. Look up. I literally I just had dinner and things like that, but it's been a long day of not being here to supply you guys with an update. So as you know, less than a week, the Real Housewives of Potomac will air their new season 9, and Karen Huger is addressing her DUI. That is her storyline. Everyone's reacting to it. We are all getting clips from this new season in regards to her reacting to it, and everyone in the cast reacting to it. We even just saw a clip of Mia and Jacqueline talking about the last time Jacqueline had a conversation with Karen Huger. She sounded tipsy. My problem with this whole Karen situation, ever since she was arrested for a DUI or charged with the DUI, she's made excuses. Her statement after the DUI, oh, I had an emotional conversation with a friend and we were talking about my parents. Okay. And then in another interview recently, she was talking about making excuses for it. Well, in a clip today from the first episode, the premiere episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, she says this to Giselle.
I think everything that I'm going through contributed to my accident. Grief. My parents are dead and gone now. Marriage problems.
Are you in love with Karen?
I think I am.
Everything has something to do with where I'm at emotionally right now, which was the state I was in during that incident.
Now her and Ray have marriage problems this season. I mean, they've had marriage problems over the years, but I feel like, look, I will always say this. I'm never going to say someone's an alcoholic. I am not an expert in that field. However, you drove under the influence. Take responsibility, take accountability, and we will all be able to move forward. So now a lot of people are comparing, because literally these are both happening at the same time. Shannon Bedore and her DUI versus Karen and her DUI. One thing I will give Shannon credit for, she took accountability from the gate. She kept it quiet after the DUI. I think she released like one statement. But the way that she's handled this throughout the season, and I told you, one of the main reasons why Shannon probably skated through the season was because of the whole John Jansen and Alexis part. So that really helped. But I will give her credit. She didn't make excuses for her bad behavior. That could have ended up with her being hurt or someone else. And what I've seen of Karen is her trying to sort of sugarcoat what happened. And especially if you look at the details, she really could have hurt herself, or she could have hurt someone else. And I just need her to take accountability, and we'll be able to move on. But I'm seeing excuse after excuse after excuse. So my message to Karen Huger, we all love Karen Huger, but what we're not going to ride with is you driving under the influence. Never. So your excuses, we felt for you that your parents passed away back to back the way that they did. Now it's issues with you and Ray. Girl, take some ownership. Take some ownership. It's very disappointing because you know how much I love my Taurus sister, Karen, but I can't ride with that. I can't ride with that. I'm disappointed that this is the road that she's taking. I saw that was the road she was taking, but I thought after we already said, wrong road, Karen, wrong road. All right. So sidebar, speaking of Real Housewives of Orange County and Shannon Beador, that situation with Joel Kim Booster has blown up. Here's the thing, though, with the Bravo universe. I could say this with our group because we are team no one. We are team ourselves. We don't get into the toxicity of the Bravo universe. But the way that the Bravo universe wants to sort of sugarcoat Shannon's behind the scenes behavior, two things can be true. Joel was unprofessional and maybe risked his career by blasting this and wishing harm on Shannon on social media. That can be wrong. But Shannon Beador being a nightmare behind the scenes is also wrong. And it is a work environment. So if she's being abusive to staff, she should be written up. And honestly, Bravo, I hope you're doing an investigation. And let's be honest, he shouldn't have any career repercussions for telling the truth about someone. Because one of the things that, and I worked through this yesterday when we were talking about this, because, you know, the HR came into me. I'm sure he signed an NDA. If he is the host of this new Love Hotel show, Joel Kim Booster. But an NDA does not cover inappropriate, illegal behavior. And if this is a work environment and she's being inappropriate and disgusting to employees, that NDA does not cover that. That's all I wanted to say. I just saw the Bravo units turning on him, literally bullying this man for what he said on social media. And like I said, could he have said it differently? Yes. But when you think about what he's talking about, the bigger picture is, and like I said before, this is not the first time that I've heard this about Shannon Beador. It's not the first time. It's 11:11. Let's talk about Chris Brown. let's keep track. Guys, you're just joining us. We are having a impromptu, informal live here. If this is your first time and you're watching the replay and you're in the live chat, let me know if it's your first time here for some of our impromptu lives. We've been doing this the last few months. The last couple of months, we've been doing impromptu, informal lives. Yes, we do formal lives and things like that, like Tuesday Takeover, Thursdays, our reality TV recaps, or when we have breaking news. So make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notifications, okay? Shout out to all the newcomers. Maz, hey, Mama Ali. And if you've been here a long time, welcome the newcomers. Welcome the newcomers. All right, first time from Africa. What part of Africa? Shout out to all the newcomers. We appreciate you guys being here. Because it's 11/11, you know Chris Brown just had the 11/11 tour. He's going to be the focus of a new documentary. If you've been here a while, you know we talked about Quiet on Set. If you missed our conversation on Quiet, we did 2 videos, I believe, right? It was 2 videos where we talked about Batty Twins. What's going on? Wagwan. If you were here for our Quiet on Set recap, go back and watch it. It was a very good docuseries. Well, apparently the network behind Quiet on Set is working on a Chris Brown DV. For those in the live chat, you can write out what I mean by DV. For those that might not understand what I mean by DV, because we can't say certain words here on YouTube. So apparently, our friends over at Variety write this: Chris Brown's legal troubles and history of abuse is the subject of a new documentary from Investigation Discovery, the network behind the Nickelodeon child abuse expose Quiet on Set. Thank you, everyone in chat. Out October 27th, Chris Brown, A History of Violence, will launch ID's 3rd annual No Excuse for Abuse campaign. The doc will explore the legal issues faced by Brown, the pop star behind songs like With You Forever and Under the Influence, which include DV and assault charges and SA allegations. Brown's troubles date back to 2009 when he beat his then girlfriend Rihanna, causing her severe facial injuries that required hospitalization. Brown pleaded guilty to felony assault and accepted a plea deal. In the years following, Brown pleaded guilty to a separate assault and was sued by a woman alleging SA. The lawsuit settled out of court along with a variety of other legal issues. According to the log line, Chris Brown, A History of Violence, will chart Chris Brown's past all the way back to his troubled childhood and poses the question, how does a man with such a violent public record maintain his superstar status? Well, I will say that Chris Brown, yes, he's continued to have a career since all of these allegations. However, there have been things in recent months, recent years, where things have been taken away because of his history of abuse. So they say, how does a man with such a violent public record maintain his superstar status? With expert and cultural commentary layered throughout, the documentary provides thoughtful reflections into each survivor's experience and the psychological destruction in the aftermath of their abuse. Word on the street, there will be a new accuser included in this documentary on Chris Brown. As revealed in the trailer, a new accuser whose identity is hidden comes forward with allegations against Brown, saying, I have not spoken about this matter publicly, but that's the only way he can be stopped. Damn, we only have like 2 more months left of 2024. Cat Williams. Oh, I got to play that audio of Cat Williams when we talk about Diddy. Let me bring that up too, because we got to play that audio too. That's what I wanted to make sure I mentioned to you guys. Because I was like, well, there was another story that I wanted to mention and I couldn't remember. When we get to the Diddy of it all, I will bring that audio up if I can find it. I know I can find it. Let me just make sure I pull it up, because I saw this yesterday from Cat Williams, because Cat is out of, there it goes. All right. I'll pull that up when we talk about Diddy. Back to Chris Brown. All right. So according to the Variety, they said, as revealed in the trailer, a new accuser whose identity is hidden comes forward with allegations against Brown. She says in the trailer for the doc, I have not spoken about this matter publicly, but that's the only way he can be stopped. I do see a lot of folks say, well, this is something that happened years ago with Chris Brown. Karrueche Tran had allegations as well. And as I just mentioned to you, there was another lawsuit where he was accused of similar behavior. So immediately following the documentary, which airs October 27th on ID at 9 p.m., The View co-host Sunny Hostin will lead a conversation about intimate partner violence. Throughout my career, I have always prioritized being a fierce defender of women and children, Hostin said in a statement. DV is a very close personal issue to me as I reflect on my past as a prosecutor, these types of cases, and in my role as a mother and public figure whose actions inform and help shape the next generation. This issue is a prevalent epidemic which knows no socioeconomic boundaries, so I am dedicated to expanding and continuing this crucial conversation. The more we know, the better we can help advocate for change as a society. Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, ID investigated the alleged child abuse that took place behind the scenes of Nickelodeon shows. In that doc, Drake Bell revealed himself as a victim of Brian Peck, who was arrested in 2003 for SAing then 15-year-old Drake and Josh Starr. And like I said before, we did a whole doc review of Quiet on Set. It was done very well. I will be watching this Chris Brown documentary. You guys will let me know if you want me to do a recap of it as well. Next, ID will release a docuseries. This is a perfect segue into our next topic at hand. ID will release a docuseries about Sean Diddy Combs, who was recently charged with S trafficking and other federal offenses. All right, let's get into the Diddy of it all. And of course, Replay crew, feel free to weigh in. We just were talking a little bit of Housewives stuff at the beginning. We just talked about Chris Brown. A new documentary is coming to ID about Chris Brown and his history of violence. All right. Diddy. Where do I begin? Okay, we'll start with Cat Williams because I just mentioned Cat Williams. So I want to start with Cat Williams talking about Diddy and his attorney. All right. I apologize in advance for any language because I don't know if they edited this. But Cat Williams, of course, is selling out shows. He's been selling out shows even before all of this. But definitely this has been the year of Cat Williams. And if Shannon Sharpe is smart, he's already booked Cat Williams for January of 2025. Okay, hold on.
You probably got it at Costco.
Costco came out with statements. No baby oil.
Costco hit right back. We don't even sell baby oil. They put the drugs in the baby oil. You think you get the massage, bitch, you can't even get up.
So he's saying
God
that.
gave me eczema. I can't even use baby. I want to thank you, Jesus.
So he's alleging something was put into the baby oil. We talked about that yesterday. Not Sam's Club.
I'm not lying. I'm telling y'all the truth about me. I got one of the ashiest assholes ever to be seen in Hollywood.
I can't. I apologize for those that are not used to that type of language here on the channel. But I wanted to play that little bit of a clip as we move into the diddler of it all. So it's interesting. I mean, look, I'm sure he's heard a lot of people speculate that something was laced in the baby oil and the lube and things like that that was found at Diddy's home. As you know, the attorney tried to make sense of the baby oil, naming Costco. Costco came out with a statement saying, we don't even sell baby oil. I didn't even know that. Costco, why don't you sell baby oil? Where do you buy baby oil? I haven't bought baby oil since like the 80s or the 90s. I don't remember. I don't think I've ever bought baby oil. It would be my mom who bought baby oil. And mind you, don't get me lying. She maybe didn't even buy baby oil. She's Jamaican. Do we use baby oil? We use castor oil. Walmart, they're the culprits. I did a separate video yesterday. I was busy on Sunday. I did a separate video talking about Diddy's attorney. If you want background information on who Diddy's attorney is and who he's represented before, it's very interesting. He's represented Martin Shkreli, there we go. Farmer Bro, who was spiking those drug prices. He also represented Tommy Manzo, Real Housewives fans. You know Tommy Manzo, he's locked up. They won't let him out. Okay. Oh, baby oil's at Walgreens and CVS. Don't let me go over there. I will go over there and take a picture. Anyways. He's represented Tommy Manzo, who's locked up, facing 46 years in prison. Real Housewives of New Jersey star's ex-husband. He represented Marcus Shkreli, who served time. And he represented Keith Raniere. If you've been a fan of this channel, you remember we talked about NXIVM, the cult. If you are a fan of the channel, we talked about that. And we talked about The Vow. Oh, for those that haven't seen it, HBO, there's 2 documentaries. I think there's one on Hulu and there's one on Hulu and there's one on Max. All convicted when? What is this, all convicted? Okay, well, Diddy, as you know, was denied twice by the magistrate judge and then the, oh my gosh, I'm losing my words, but by the administrative judge. Both times he was denied bail. Gene says, hashtag what a case. Housewives fans get it. Capricorn, the bottles had, yes, I can't even say that Capricorn, but yes, we talked about that yesterday, that the baby oil, possibility of that particular drug would make sense because of what it could do and the texture of it. It wouldn't shock me, especially if he was filming people without their knowledge as well. Like you're being slick thinking that it's one thing and it's another. We also talked yesterday about an attorney of one of the accusers going on News Nation and revealing that there is a tape that is being shopped around with Diddy in it and a higher profile person. We played that audio yesterday. I'm not going to play it again, but if you missed it, you can check out the live that we did yesterday, where the attorney of one of the accusers, who I didn't love her body language, she was smiling and grinning, talking about this video. And then some of you were saying, maybe she's going on this media platform, almost like extortion, to kind of make them pay, letting them know, oh, this is out there, so you're going to want to pay for this. Maybe. Her body language told me something was grimy. And again, her high-profile person may not be what we consider high-profile. End up says Kempire is a body language expert. I know I joke and say it, but I'm starting to think that I am. So Diddy is going to try for a third time to get bail. I don't see it happening. All the legal experts that I've collaborated with, we just had Stephanie St. Aubin on here twice, last week and the previous week. So if you want a legal perspective, we get a legal perspective. And I'm going to have some more experts on the channel. So if you enjoy stuff like this, be sure to follow. But let me just give you an update. So this news story came out a couple of hours ago in regards to Diddy, according to TMZ, assembles a legal team for the new bail attempt. You may recall, I'm sure they'll talk about this in the article. He put up his Miami home, which is like $48 million. He put up his mother's home, Janice Combs. He gave up his daughters, not the sons. He gave up his daughters' passports and his mother's passport, I guess to signify, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not a flight risk. But they're concerned, the SDNY is concerned that Diddy is not just only a flight risk, but he will reach out to victims because he has a pattern of doing this. They also believe that he's a very dangerous person based off all the allegations. Do you think that if he was to be let out, that he would run? One of the other things that he said, Judge, I promise I won't have any females there. And we said, what about the males? Well, one of the male S workers allegedly have been in contact with the SDNY last week and apparently gave over one of the freak-off tapes. I can't believe all the stuff that I remember from this case because there's so much. But I'm just giving, for those that want a brief overview of what's been playing out. So Diddy is going to try for a third time to get out of here, out of jail. He's staying over in Brooklyn at the Metropolitan Detention Center, one of the worst jails that there is. I know there is a difference between prison and jail. I do know the difference now. So TMZ writes this in regards to Diddy's third attempt to make bail. Diddy is once again trying to get himself released on bond 2 weeks after he was arrested. And TMZ's told he's building a powerhouse legal team to try to make it a reality. Yeah, because his current attorney, again, go watch the video that I did. He's not great. He's in the Tubi documentary on TMZ right now. He just did this. Is it worse than Rikers? I don't know. I don't know if it's worse than Rikers because that's pretty bad too. So new court documents show that the rap mogul's lawyer filed to appeal the most recent order denying him bond. The appeal will be his third formal attempt to secure his release from behind bars as he awaits trial. Sources close to Diddy tell TMZ, sources meaning the attorney probably, all right? Sources close to Diddy tell TMZ the rapper has added 2 more attorneys. He needed to. Anthony Rico and Alexandra Shapiro to the legal team working on his highly publicized criminal case. For those wondering, Alexandra is not related to famed defense attorney Robert Shapiro. I didn't jump to that conclusion, but I'm sure probably people did. Okay. We're told Tony is known as one of the finest trial lawyers in the country, and Alexandra has been one of the best appellate lawyers practicing today. Sounds like Diddy is building his own dream team of sorts, because I'm sure, did someone send Diddy our video? We said, Diddy, you need a new attorney. So as you know, TMZ broke the story that Diddy was arrested by federal agents in Midtown Manhattan at the Park Hyatt New York Hotel on September 16th and was arraigned the next day. Sorry, I hit an ad. As you know, he was arrested on September 16th and was arraigned the next day in court, where he was charged with trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in workers. There we go. All right. Drew Sola says, however, Kempire, be sure to take care of yourself. Diddy ain't going nowhere. Just saying. I appreciate it, guys. I do take my time. I do take my time off. Like today, I didn't. This is the work that I've been doing today. I was doing other work today, adulting today. So Diddy's arrest came 6 months after federal agents, as you know, raided his Los Angeles and Miami homes in connection with the trafficking investigation. The father of 7, has denied the various allegations leveled against him in the case and several civil suits. He had 2 civil suits just last week. Gloria Alvarez is representing Thalia Graves in one, and then an anonymous one was released this past week, which named Young Miami in it. The rapper went on to plead not guilty to the charges with his lawyer, Mark Aganafilo, later declaring the music producer is, quote, an innocent man with nothing to hide. He also revealed that Diddy is not planning to take a plea deal. I don't know who told him that there was going to be a plea deal being offered. The Southern District of New York, they will offer you a plea deal. You saw inmate Shaw, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star. She ended up getting a plea deal at the end. But it would have to be that they're looking for someone, a bigger fish than Diddy. But regardless, he's going to serve time. DB says, bro, you on tape. But here's the thing. There's still a lot of people in the comment sections, on social media, in person, because you saw Diddy when he was out and about. People were like, oh, love you, Diddy. After people saw that videotape. His own attorney tried to make it seem like this was a crime of passion between Cassie and Diddy, and that she started it. She took his clothes. He tried to justify that videotape. He tried to, even on the documentary, the Tubi documentary, he tried to make it seem as if she was heartbroken. So as you also know, Diddy has been denied bail despite the A-lister's attorney promising Diddy would put up $50 million bail package and have no female visitors outside of family if the court allowed him to reside in his Miami home pending trial. However, after hearing arguments from both the prosecution and the defense, U.S. District Judge Andrew Carter turned down Diddy's request for bail and stated the government has proven the defendant is a danger. And more than likely, this same judge is going to hear these new arguments. Do you think Diddy will be able to get out of jail? I really don't see it. They're talking about Diddy being a danger to society. Like he has the means. And based on, you have to remember too, the SCNY has the videos of some of these powerful people. So they know who he has power over. So I'm sure they're probably like, yeah, you're not getting out of here. And the attorneys that I've spoken to in regards to this, they all say they don't believe that the judge will grant Sean Diddy Combs bail at all. They don't see it happening. Apparently, I mean, look, it's his right to try and get out of jail. I don't see it happening, though. I don't see it happening, but look, we also have to remember Diddy has gotten away with this behavior for years because allegedly he's had sources within the police department, politicians, not just in the music and entertainment industry. So maybe his luck has run out. Maybe those powers that be won't protect him now, and he'll stay in there. But if he gets out, please understand this was orchestrated, allegedly. But they do consider him a danger to society, and so do we. Do you agree? Do you consider Diddy a danger to society? Based on what we know, Kid Cudi the Kid Cudi story and the blowing up of the car is worrisome already. Let me just see if there was anything else in regards to someone said in regards to the press conference, we did a video over the weekend in regards to 50 plus victims. A Houston-based law firm is representing 50 plus victims of Diddy. Some allege that they were minors when the abuse occurred. Apparently the press conference, I think, is tomorrow, correct? It didn't happen today, because I'm sure I would have seen that. This is a commercial break. For those that aren't registered to vote, or you haven't checked your registration, you should, because apparently some people are being purged out of the voter registration in certain states. Head on over to vote.org to check your voter registration. It's very quick and it's very easy. I did it recently. I might do it again just in case. The election is right around the corner. Make sure that you are able to vote if you are, and make sure you get your absentee ballot if you won't be in town, especially for the college students. Head on over to vote.org for more information. Commercial break over. Look, commercial break over. You know what court case I have not followed? The YSL court case. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because that's been going on forever. It's still going on. So I'm glad I didn't get into it, but I am sort of watching it. Just saying. But if you enjoy commentary like this, guys, I will be talking about The Diddler, Real Housewives, maybe this Chris Brown documentary on the Kempire After Dark live experience in Los Angeles at the Bourbon Room. Tickets are pinned here in the live chat, but if you're watching the replay, we're going to post it in the description. Get your tickets. I'll be in Los Angeles November 20th. Island says the YSL case is a circus. I pay attention and I could tell it's a circus. Mary says, I wish I could go. Mary, look, it won't be my last live show, I hope. Look, by the grace of God, it won't be my last live show. But if you're on the West Coast and you've been wanting to see the Kempire After Dark live experience, make sure you get your tickets. More information is available here in the description, or in the live chat. You can see the pinned comment. Have you guys liked the video already? Can we get to 700 likes? We have over 2,300 of you. Now is Q&A time. What are your questions for me in regards to Chris Brown, Diddy, or maybe something related to one of the other hot topics that we started with? And Dub, I can't wait to meet you. You know, I met someone today that was a subscriber. I just sort of looked at the corner of my eye and I saw her face light up, and I was like, we have a really cute people that follow us. I was like, every time I meet you guys in the wild, I'm like, y'all are cute. Thank you, Jamie. And if you want to become a member of the channel, guys, head on over to TheKempire.com/join. And everything Kempire, including our merch, is available in the description. As you can see, we have some sponsored stuff here from Skims. Hey, Norma, are you coming to the show? Yes, you are. I know you're coming. Either way, I'm going to see you, Norma. I'm going to hunt you down, Norma. Tanasa, did I pronounce that correctly? I got my ticket for Los Angeles. And for those that are scared to come on your own, that is one of the resounding thing that I noticed during this live show experience, is that we have a lot of people that come to the show with themselves and they make friends with each other at the show. So don't feel like you can't come to the show on your own. Do you think Diddy's new racism stunt is going to work in court? Tina Bean asks the question. No, and it's funny because we literally see that Mayor Adams, as you know, he's also been indicted recently. Oh, thank you, Tanasa. He had the same thing. And you know what I hate about that? Because we see some of the racists in the comment sections say, oh, why you guys always bringing up race? Not everything's about race. And they ruin it for people that have an actual legitimate concern about race being used. And I hate when they do that because, sir, we see you on video. We saw one video that shows us like what you're capable of. See, Fabiana says, I had a good time with the New York City show. I went by myself. See, Fabiana? Norma says, please say forever in New York City accent. Who do you think, Chanel's Reality says, who do you think is the higher profile celebrity in the video with Diddy? I think it's Magic Johnson. Oh, do you think Magic Johnson's higher profile than Diddy? That's the question. I think the news station interviewer, the journalist, should have asked a follow-up question to kind of get a little bit more clarity in regards to higher profile, because everyone's higher profile is different. Because a lot of people that people have named, I'm like, is that person higher profile than Diddy? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff about Magic Johnson that I'm surprised people haven't unpacked it. And it could be because people's lack of education in regards to HIV. But that's a whole other day for another conversation. Lulu says, I thought Kobe Bryant. Y'all better leave Kobe Bryant and let him rest in peace. And stop bringing up Obama. Jay-Z. Do you think Jay-Z's higher profile than Diddy? I feel like they're peers. Norman says, question, do you think Jaguar Wright will be in trouble? What do you mean in trouble? I mean, she hasn't gotten in trouble yet. If anything, she's doing quite well right now because everyone's like, she said it. She's making money right now. She's doing all the things. Kempire, what have you heard about French Montana? Hold on. French Montana is dodging the feds. Well, what I have seen is that everyone is bringing up old clips where Diddy has been showing problematic, odd behavior. I recently saw the interview that French Montana and Diddy did on the Ellen DeGeneres show. So, there's been creepy behavior for a long time that people have noticed with Diddy. They just didn't realize how bad it could have been. Girl Bye said, I was just saying your name makes me laugh. I think Ashton Kutcher may be the A-list celebrity in the video's thoughts. Is Ashton Kutcher considered higher profile than Diddy? Some might say yes, some might say not really. Would it shock me? Ashton Kutcher also, and his wife, who apparently might be estranged, not living together, allegedly. Ashton Kutcher wrote a character letter for Danny Masterson, who's now in jail for some horrific, disgusting things. And does says Jay-Z's got to be next. You know, he started his career with money. I mean, that's the word on the street. Some people say the same with Diddy. Is Kevin Hart considered higher profile than Diddy? No, I wouldn't say Kevin Hart's higher profile. Yes, Wanda. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis both wrote character letters for Danny Masterson. Will Smith. Do you think Will Smith is higher profile than Diddy? Here's the thing. I don't think we will ever see the light of day of this videotape. I think someone brought it up yesterday in our live chat that they feel as if the attorney was just saying it to sort of like juke the person that's in it to let them know, yeah, so you're going to have to raise that price. So her denying actually selling it sounded like she might have been selling it and sort of like putting her hand out there in regards to on television. We could speculate all day, guys, but we will probably never know. Robin says, Kempire, what do you think about Diddy's kids? What's going to happen to them? Which is really sad because remember, Kim Porter's gone. Diddy is probably not going to get out of prison. I mean, luckily, I feel like Kim Porter's friends have been, like Kimora Lee have been a motherly figure in their lives. But will that be permanent? Will Diddy even have money to support them after this? You know what I mean? First of all, between the civil lawsuits representing, this federal case, and then if he loses this federal case, what the SDNY will take from him, will he have anything left? Like, I do feel for the children. Legally, it may be Diddy's mother. What do you mean, Farrah? Legally, it may be Diddy's mother. What's that in response to? His kids will go into obscurity just like he did to his artist. Ooh. Oh, God. I think Will Smith is higher profile than Diddy. Any other questions, guys, before I go? Because it has been a long day, but I wanted to give you guys this update. I will probably have more to say tomorrow, especially after this press conference. I did want to come on here and give you at least another Diddy update. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. I will upload audio. I've been meaning to put together all the stories from last week like I did the previous week just for the podcast, but I probably will do that during this week. If not, if I don't get time, just because it's been a little crazy. Are they going to let R. Kelly out? Hell no. He's been convicted in 2 different states. Thank you so much, Tranquil Living. I wonder if the high-profile person on the tape can sue for being taped without their permission. This is crazy. He's going to be broke. Here's the thing. I mean, I guess they could sue and be anonymous, but will it be worth it for them? I think it's probably more worth it for them to pay the money so that you guys will stop speculating and we'll never know who it is. Just saying. Ashley, hi. Thank you guys. I appreciate your support. Look, I could be here talking to myself, but I'm invested in the story because I followed. This is my era. You know, there are so many stories that we could cover, and I tell you guys, there's a lot of stories I stay away from, and this story is very dark. But this is a part of an era that I grew up in, so I do feel invested personally in it. But there are certain stories that are just too much, like the Johnny Depp story. A lot of you wanted me to cover that one and that court case, and I was just like, I got to follow where I feel like I can add something to it. Ashley, I don't know what time the press conference is. I'm sure we will find out. I think someone said, what did they say, the afternoon? But either way, I'm going to watch, and then I will give you guys my thoughts tomorrow. I know there's a lot of speculation here. Here's the thing, though, guys. Until we have some like actual information, solidified information in regards to some of the rumors and conspiracy theories, I'm not getting into much of the conspiracy theories until there's actual factual information. You know, because there's a lot of conspiracy theories, but he hasn't been charged in any of those other cases yet. I will remind you, the SDNY, the Southern District of New York, has said this is an open case. They are still getting evidence. New charges could be filed against him. And who knows, with this next attempt to get out of jail that we were just talking about, that Diddy is trying for a 3rd time to get out of jail on bail, they might pull more information out. Like, well, judge, he wants to get out. He says that he's not a danger. Well, we just received videotape of this. We just received this evidence. So play if you want to, Diddy, but you don't know. The SCNY hasn't showed, I don't think they're a full hand. Thank you, Deb. Deb says the press conference is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Perfect. Not perfect, but you know what I mean. Perfect. Okay, now everyone's saying 1:30. Okay. I will keep you posted. Make sure you check the community tab. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I will talk about it there. Hey, Norma. Norma says, will you let me take you to Malibu when you come to LA? Yes, Norma. DM me. We'll talk. We'll figure it out. I'll let you know when I'm coming. Side note, I've never been to New York City, but Kempire, you make me feel like New York is lit. Do I? Like a male version of Sex and the City? Honey, I love it. I do. I do love me some New York. I do love me some New York. New York is my city. It's overly priced, but I will work my butt off so I can stay here. Dainty Bella, I always love that name. I feel like we just don't know and shouldn't assume it's someone in the music industry. Agreed. Like I said before, the fact that Diddy has been able to get away with this behavior for so long, he had something over multiple people in politics, in law enforcement, but I've heard that for years too, that he had sources in law enforcement. Do you think J-Lo will talk about what happened? Everyone asked me that question. I don't think so. As long as she's not connected legally, I don't think she will talk. Remember, she went through what she went through with Diddy with the 1999 club incident. As long as she doesn't get wrapped up legally in this, I don't think she's going to talk about it. I think it's the billionaire he has something on, or the billionaires. Lexi says, why would she say anything? And if she does, she's going to talk through her lawyer. Star says, do you think that the 1999 Pow 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 incident will be reopened? I think it should be. I listened. Art of Dialogue did an interview with the young woman that suffered, the victim. And the way she told that story, first of all, she's an amazing storyteller. But the way she told that story, I said, ooh. Like first of all, she's believable as hell. I don't know if there's anyone that didn't believe her, but there were people, she said over the years that have said, I don't believe you. But when she tells that chilling story, if you haven't seen it, it's on Art of Dialogue's YouTube channel. They re-uploaded it recently, so it should come up. Oh. Alessia says, third time bail being denied, ? We don't know yet. They're preparing. Now Diddy has now added 2 more attorneys. We were just talking about that. He's added 2 more attorneys. He needed it because Mark, it's a mess. Mark's too busy on Tubi trying to be in the documentary. DePegram says, I doubt they will reopen the case with it being a black woman. Well, here's the thing. Will they reopen the case? I don't know if they will reopen the case. There are already a lot of stuff. If anything, I'm sure she'll be happy with him just being in jail. Because she also said that she, over the years, has been they've tried to quiet her as well. Like she's experienced stuff that has made her alarmed. Your girl Pei says Mark is trying to be the new Johnny Cochran. I don't recall Johnny Cochran being this like media hungry. I mean, yes, he had his like little things that he would say, but I don't recall Johnny Cochran being like that. I would say like, and she moved. She was being harassed over like how many years ago that was? And she still has fragments in her as well. Exactly. Queen. I didn't want to say all in the video. No, I didn't get that from Johnny Cochran. May he rest in peace. Bronx girl, Norma. Lexi says Johnny was smart though. I'm not saying that Mark is not a smart attorney. I mean, but based off of his track record, the people that are currently in prison that he represented, I talk all about Mark, Diddy's new attorney. Well, not new, but his attorney representing him right now in a separate video. So if you want to know a little bit more about Mark, mods, if we can post the link, people are lazy. If we can post the link in the live chat in regards to the video that I did yesterday, giving you a little background on Diddy's attorney. Steffi, all the way from Jamaica, I love how you keep me updated on the news, but I think Diddy's going to have to make a deal and give up some people. I mean, it would have to be powerful people, but that deal is not going to be Diddy walking free. He's going to have to serve time. When are they going to, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, blackballed maybe. Monique said she was blackballed. Maybe she knew too much. Well, Monique hasn't said anything about this situation. I wonder what she would say. Just saying. Exactly. Key says we should stop assuming that it's someone black, especially with them saying somebody much higher profile than Diddy. Just saying. That's the thing. And this is why I think it's so interesting that she had the attorney of the accuser said a higher profile person. I would have pressed her for more questions in regards to when you say higher profile, are they in politics? Are they in law enforcement? I mean, News Nation's not going to be like, are they black or are they white? We would say that. Are they black or are they white? Are they black or are they white? Just asking. And Antoinette says, I think it's Elon. Well, I told you guys yesterday in another video, Perez Hilton said, we're talking about the diddlers parties. Are we going to talk about the Elon Musk freak-offs? Allegedly. I didn't know he had freak-off parties. Ew. Shayla says, Diddy didn't do it alone. Monique says, do you know anything about the Clarence Avant? No, I don't. Sabo says, not the robot man. Biggie says, oop, if Perez said it, right? Kat says, Kempire, what are your plans for Halloween? Minding my business, staying in my house. I never told you about that story when I was going to NYU grad school. And because NYU is right down there by the village where they have the big parade. I was coming out of class. And all I saw was these big, because they're very into it here in New York City. So I saw these very theatrical costumes. I said, I'm getting right on the train and going home. No. And then one year, I was dating this guy, and like, let's go to the parade. Okay. We almost got crushed. Halloween and me we don't agree. Look, we don't agree. I'm good on Halloween. Okay? I'm good on Halloween. Hey, Fatu from London. You know what? Angie says, so who's going to dress up as baby oil for Halloween? See, we can never take anything serious in this community, can't we? Winter, yes, our city does the most on Halloween. I love it in a way, but at the same time, like, I don't like to be around it because I feel like that's the opportunity for the killer to get you. Come on. Now you could be dressed up as the killer and then actually kill someone. Just saying. You didn't think about it till I told you. You didn't think about it till I told you. You didn't think about it till I told you. Just saying. Pretty safe says I'm hollering. Me too. Me too. Anyways, last minute questions, guys, because I'm going to get off of here, take a shower, and cleanse all this disgustingness, this baby oil. Look, I ain't got no baby oil on my face right now. This is just regular moisturizer. Actually, no, I don't think I have moisturizer. I think I just have like lotion. Look, I didn't put. I don't usually do Halloween, but this year I'll be on a cruise, so I'll be dressing up for Halloween. That's amazing. I haven't done a cruise in years. For Halloween, shiny suit or Cat Williams costume. I'm not dressing up at all. What day of the week is Halloween this year? Do you think Shannon will leave Real Housewives of Orange County? No. She needs the money, but at least she's open about needing the money. Winter says, I'm prepared for your recaps. Do you think Jay-Z and Beyonce are involved in the Diddy freak-offs? No. I think they knew of it because I think all these powerful people talk and they gossip. So it's always on. Oh, it's perfect for a Thursday in New York City. Oh, it's going to be lit. They were telling me to do a show, a Kempire After Dark show for Halloween. I was like, no. I was like, New Yorkers are going to be out partying. They're not going to come to my show. Plus, I also don't want to be out in the streets on that night. Wanda says, I miss Wendy Williams. Would love to hear her thoughts on the Diddy lockup. Oh my God. Wendy would be having a field day. She would be having a field day. And for those that have asked me, and I'll say for those that are new here, I do believe that someone preyed on Wendy Williams, knowing that she had an addiction issue. And that's why she's in a predicament. Not taking away from her making her own decisions, but I do believe someone preyed on her. And that's why she's in the situation that she's in. So now she can't talk about it. Oh, we could go down a rabbit hole with that one. Ray J, so you need to be quiet, Ray J. Allegedly. Wait, someone asked a good question. I can't see it. Wendy would have a whole segment with music and special guests at a pointer. Someone asked me if I was married or divorced. I've never been married, so I've never been divorced. Chanel's reality says, I think it was Diddy. Or a few people. Collaborated together. Look, there's speculation about a lot of these hip hop and R&B deaths. And a lot of people are associating them with Diddy and Jay-Z and things like that. But there is a part of me that does believe that someone preyed on Wendy in her addiction and ran. And that's why she's in the situation. Mind you, because she would be having a field day right now. She would be having a field day, going all the way through with all the Diddy stuff. Sipping her tea and everything. Oh, I gotta make some tea. Sipping her tea on all this and everything. Key says Black China preyed on Wendy. Well, you saw what Kelvin said. He had some shady things to say about Black China, but Black China says she's trying to change her life. So maybe something happened that made her want to change her life. Maybe it was seeing Wendy the way she was that made her want to change her life. Winter says, do you have a tea that you drink to sleep? Thankfully, I don't have a problem sleeping, so not really. But there's a lot of teas that you can do. I think tea in general can help you sleep. Halloween falls on a third. Thank you, Norma. Funky says, keep in mind Wendy was hanging with the Kardashians too. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if people collaborated in preying on her weaknesses, which, she had an addictive personality. She talked about it openly. Linden tea is good if you need to sleep. Sour sap tea I never had sour sap tea. I had sour sap drink, but not tea. Or maybe I have so many teas, but like right now I'm so focused. That's my personality. When I like something, I harp on that. So right now it's peppermint tea with lavender honey and a little sugar in the raw. And when I say little, a lot. They are also alleging those Kardashians were spiking. Oh, no. Really? But here's the thing. There will be people on the internet that will say anything that is salacious. And because so many people are like, oh, my God, that makes so much sense. Over here, we don't do that. That's why I always say, I don't know if this is true, but this is what I believe in my opinion. But I also don't jump on, every single conspiracy theory. Because if you did, I think it would drive us all nuts. I think it would make us all paranoid. Yes, guys. Hey, Mama Ellie. Guys, don't forget, we're almost at 800 likes. We have almost 2,000 people here. This is an impromptu live. I do go live on my TikTok. I do go live on my Instagram. So make sure you follow us there at TheKempire. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Exactly. We cite our sources over here. Grace is great. Grace report. Grace is great. I was just talking with her via DM. What was that, last week? I think it was last week. Did you see the Roni preview? No, I haven't. Mind you, they sent out an email about the screener and then something happened. They took back the screener because they were doing some last minute stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if the episode changed. I don't know. I missed the question that I wanted to talk about. Dainty Bella says, when will Tuesday Takeover come back? I'm hoping. I was going to aim for tomorrow, but there's still some shows that I'm still catching up on because, Tuesday Takeover, if you're new here, is where we cover a variety of reality television news, but also pop culture news. So we normally talk about like a Diddy story along with talking about Below Deck. I did watch Below Deck Med. I finished it. It was a good season. I love me some Below Deck. But it was nice to kind of watch it and not have to really think about reporting back what I thought. So, but I will bring it back. And I'm watching 90 Day Fiance. What is it, before the 90 days? Oof, that's a mess. That's a mess. But I don't know if I will bring 90 Day Fiance, all of the iterations back to Tuesday Takeover, maybe just like my favorite ones. Because, at the last time we were covering it, it was like ridiculous. Hey, Theo says the closer we get to another season of New Roni, the more I'm disappointed they fired the original cast. I mean, you're not the only one. A lot of people I see say that. Funky says, how are you handling self-care, Kempire? The Diddy stuff is dark. Funky, someone actually asked that a couple of nights ago. So I do a lot of I have rituals that I do, between saging out the space. They always say that water holds energy. So I bless my water. When I take a shower, I use that to sort of cleanse my energy. I do use protective stuff. I have my crystals. I even have this is blue tiger's eye. And tiger's eye is normally very protective. Norma, you see my little blue? Look. So I have a lot of crystals. I even have crystals in my pocket. I have this. This is labradorite. I love me some labradorite. Okay. Citrine, look. And what is this? Oh my God, I can't think of the name. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't even think of it. So I have this. This is really good for grounding. Pyrite. So I keep these on me. But like I said, I also take a break. Because I really wasn't even considering coming on live to talk about the Diddy stuff. But I was every day there's something new with Diddy, so I want to kind of keep an up-to-date like chronicle here on the channel and things like that. This is why it's important for you guys to subscribe here. For those that follow me on TikTok or you follow me other places, this is where you can kind of get an up-to-date stuff. Hematite, yes, absorbs negative energy too. So I have tons of crystals, but you know, guys, I just moved, so some of my crystals are still packed in boxes, but I have a good majority that are out. But like my little, like I have a lot of amethyst around as well. So Special K, I'm so excited to be a member for 2. Yes. Oh, wow. My only regret is I didn't become a member a year earlier. Congratulations on all your success. Love you. Goodbye. Thank you so much, Special K. Special K, yeah, you've been around that long, but 2 years is amazing. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Catherine. What do you think about Gene Deal? Was he like a former security guard for Diddy? Here's the thing. Everyone has a story, and I believe a lot of their stories are legitimate. I just feel uneasy when I feel like some people are almost taking the truth and maybe putting a little more sauce on it, because you have to keep in mind, people are now creating their own YouTube channels and they're making money, or they're collaborating with other YouTube channels and they're making money. And sometimes that will make people kind of be like, you know, and I'm not saying that's what Gene is doing, but I just feel like I see that happening. Like I've seen that with Jaguar. Like I feel like sometimes it kind of goes to people's head when you see the amount of attention that you get for telling these things. So that makes me a little like, you know what I mean? Funky says, I find him predatory. Why didn't he speak up sooner if he's so disgusted by him? Well, I twerk on the fence when it comes to that, because a lot of people say that about a bunch of people. People said that about Dawn Richard and her lawsuit. People were scared of him. Even though that might have been his security, people were scared of him because they felt like they knew what he was capable of. And if he had these powerful sources, he could probably make them disappear. So I twerk on the fence when it comes to why didn't people come forward sooner? Simply Ash says, Gene says he didn't see him abuse women. I don't know if that's true, because I could have sworn I saw a video of him talking about Kim Porter and Diddy in a physical fight. I can almost 100% say that was Gene who said that. Cassie's friend just started a YouTube channel too. What, Tiffany read that one? One of these days, I'm gonna need a demo of you twerking on a fence. Come to the Los Angeles show, November 20th, Kempire After Dark. I'll be twerking on a fence on stage. Okay, get your tickets. Tickets are available at the link here. Replay crew, I'll be posting it in the description. Smitty, this is not the place for all that, please. Okay, this is not the place for all that. Vote.org. Make sure your registration is still up to date. Kathy Jo says the tapes are being shopped in Hollywood because who would pay more to keep it off the streets? The people in the videos. This is true. Jess says, I watch Worst Ex Ever because of you. I'm sorry. But it was good, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. T-Love, I will see you in Cali, Los Angeles. I'll see you guys November 20th. Go get your tickets. Let's sell out this show. Don't make the East Coast make you guys look like look, I had 2 sold out shows on the East Coast. Don't show out. Look, show out. Oh, yep, I said it. Says Gene Deal has altered a few of his stories. That's why I say just be mindful. It's okay to view and take in some of this content. And for those that were worried about me reporting on this stuff, be also mindful of what you're taking in and ingesting just from watching these stories and getting entrenched in these stories as well. You should also be doing your own sort of grounding and cleansing as well. Paula, the cop impersonator guy, Worst Ex Ever was the worst. I don't know if he was the worst, but that was pretty bad because I felt bad for that woman. And that was a New York story. So that hit home. I was like, oh God, this is like right around the corner. Homegirl went to jail for this man for like 7 months and she didn't do anything. She was an upstanding citizen. He set her up. after he R'd her. And she was taking him to court. So he set her up. Worst ex ever. Netflix are not paying me, but they should. Look, but they should. Jess says, yes, I'm scarred for life. I'm sorry. Chanel's Reality says, reading the lawsuits is extremely dark. I was legit crying. That's how I felt with the Cassie lawsuit. The Cassie lawsuit was so hard to read. Like, it's very triggering. But because of Cassie's bravery, people are still dogging out Cassie. But because of her bravery, this is why we are here. I don't think if Cassie did not release that lawsuit, we would be here. I really don't. Mary says, Ryan Murphy, we need the Diddy show. No, I don't know about Ryan Murphy. What he did with the Menendez story, I like Ryan Murphy, but I felt like he was irresponsible with some of the stuff that he did with the Menendez story. So, and also we should encourage people that look like us to tell these stories, because we need to have a seat at the table to tell these stories properly. Because a lot of us have watched these things play out over the last 30 years. Ryan Murphy probably hasn't. He's probably like, oh my God, this is what's been happening. No, we need to be involved in these stories. All right. Not Sean T. I would say, though, Sean T looks like my brother, though. But then some people say I look like my brother. So maybe that's why. Sean T's a mess. No, not a mess in a bad way, but like, I think he's funny. Ryan always has exactly Mr. Melon match. I didn't like how he tried to sexualize the Menendez brothers' abuse. To me, it was irresponsible, especially as a gay man. I'm waiting for 50 Cent's doc. Yes, Netflix is working with 50 Cent on a Diddy Do It documentary. I thought they were done with it, but apparently they just started working on it. There's more Diddy documentaries coming. I know from sources that there is, I don't know when it's going to drop. It's already done. It's already done, this other documentary. So I know there's another Diddy documentary coming. What do you think Cassie isn't speaking out? Well, she can't. Why do you think Cassie isn't speaking out? Remember, she had a settlement with Diddy. So she really can't speak out. Plus she already said what she needed to say. She already spilled all the tea. Oh, yes. Norma reminds us, remember to cleanse and release before solar eclipse on October 2nd, also a new moon. That's this week. People kill shaming Cassie, saying it's a money grab. I'm going to explain to women in the hood staying with no money in the site. Like, stop. I don't get it. But, look, we can't stop people from doing what they do on social media, because I think if they really saw her in person, they would never say any of that stuff to her face. Theo says, in my opinion, Ryan Murphy has fetishized all these criminals like Jeffrey Dahmer, Andrew Cunanan. Yeah, you're right. I ain't gonna lie though, I did love that that movie about Gianni Versace. I was like, ooh. But then when you start to see a pattern of behavior, it's like, wait a minute, sir. Exactly, and tea was spilled all over the place. She opened Pandora's box, Cassie's lawsuit. Yes, Brandy. Thanks for the update about the solar eclipse. Yep. This is the second one. We just had one, was like 2 weeks ago. Almost 2 weeks ago. And Dub says the Versace one was, y'all. I mean, it was disturbing because we lived through that. But at the same time, the way they played it out, I was like, oh, shoot. Like, really? What do you think of Steve Harvey? Do you think he's involved? Well, remember, Steve Harvey's adopted daughter, Lori Harvey, dated Diddy for a moment. I don't know what that was about, but she dated him for a moment. I don't know if Steve Harvey was involved, but just because these people knew each other doesn't, Scorpio Slim says, Kempire, do you wear the evil eye? I have a few evil, I went to Greece. Was it last year? I bought a bunch of evil eyes, and for the last week, I was wearing my other one. I'm going to put it back on. But I have a couple of really nice ones, but then I have one that I can really wear every day. Lori has been around the block numerous times. A couple of us are Melody Magic. I remember the picture of all of them at the table on the boat, yes, with Steve Harvey, Diddy. That was such a weird situation. Like, you're okay with her dating this much older man? I mean, she's grown, but Janae says, I don't believe Lori really dated Diddy. She said it was a lie that she dated a father and son. So what was she doing with Diddy? It wasn't like they were just caught out there just, randomly hanging out. They were just friends, just meeting the family. Ew, Chanel's reality. I'm not going to even repeat that. I mean, y'all do remember the stories about Usher, though, right? Just saying. He wasn't, but the money made it okay. They all need to get tested for it. Well, just saying. Okay, I apologize regarding the Cassie comment. I take it back. What'd you say? I don't want to know. Don't repeat it. Who is Lori's real father? She took Steve's last name for clout. That's always been a weird situation. The Lori Harvey of it all. Because how old was Lori when Steve came into her life? And isn't her father the father that was cousins to the guy that's locked up? Remember that whole situation with her mom? Don't get me lying. I can't keep up with that situation. No, Lori Harvey is not Steve Harvey's biological daughter. Sheena says she was a teenager. May says Usher and Bieber's parents need to catch charges. I mean, have you seen Bieber's parents? I mean, they were quite young too when they had him, and you could tell that they were not like helicopter parents. Like they were a mess themselves. A lot of people don't know that Lori Harvey is not biological daughter to Steve Harvey. She just took his last name. Lori Harvey's biological father is still in jail for it. Is that her father? The one that's in jail? I feel like people always get that mixed up. Jess says, that makes so much sense now. See, Miss Fraser says, Lori's dad is in jail. I think that Lori's dad's cousin is in jail. And that's where her mom's situation gets a little murky. Marjorie's situation gets a little murky. Oh, V says both of Marjorie's exes were in jail. Damn, Marjorie. But Marjorie's the big winner now. She's with Steve. Corinne Steffens recently came out and talked about how a big music executive gifted her to Diddy years back. But she said she was not a victim. Damon says he's out and wrote a book. Oh yeah. Isn't that the book he talks about Marjorie? Well, Corinne Steffens is re-releasing on the anniversary of the Diary of a Video Vixen with new chapters. He just wrote a tell-all. Maybe I need to read that, V. Hey, V. Hey, the Tea Lounge. All right, guys, I'm going to give you 5 more minutes because it's about to be 11 p.m. Eastern here in New York. I want to just come on live and say hey to you guys, give you an update on Chris Brown documentary, talking about his history of violence. Also, Diddy hired two new attorneys in regards to getting a third opportunity at getting bail. So. Oh, Cass says, I still have my original Corinne Steffens book. I want to see this new one because she says she's going to add new chapters. I know she didn't put everything in the original. Remember, she released that years ago. Can you imagine what she can say now and what she didn't say? I did hear that people were saying that it was Irv Gotti. That was the big music executive that gifted Corinne Steffens to Diddy. Scorpio Slim says, Ken, be blessed. I love watching your lives and replays. Thank you, Scorpio. Yeah, I know I'm the product of 2 Scorpios, right? Just saying. My mother's birthday is on Halloween. Ryan Leslie just recently appeared on Drink Champs. I would love to know your perspective about the interview. I saw Ryan Leslie live. He's actually a very incredible performer live. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him live. He's a very talented musically. He did reveal after Cassie's lawsuit and things like that Cassie was planning to get back into music. Remember, they were dating when she first came out, and Diddy basically took her from him. Interview who? Corinne Stebbins? Just because I interviewed Oprah? I mean, Corinne has never been on my list of people to interview. Andrew says some YouTubers are saying that Diddy fired Mark. But no, according to TMZ, he's building a team of attorneys. And we named some of them already. Special K, so shady. Ed Does says, Kempire, did you ever review the Maxwell Sullivan concert? I see them at the end of October. I did. See, that's why you have to listen to all the things, because on the podcast after the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap, that was a special bonus where I talked about the Maxwell and Jasmine Sullivan concert. So if you want to hear my thoughts on their recent concert here in New York City, that's available on the Kempire podcast. While you're there, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating. And for those that are new here, go subscribe and go give us a 5-star rating. Chanel's Reality says I can't with Scorpios. The podcast. I still like to know what kind of show are you doing? Oh, in regards to the Kempire After Dark, the Kempire After Dark live experience is different than when we go live here. It's more so being more explicit, not holding back in regards to what we can say. It's a bit of humor. It's a bit of whatever is going on currently. So I'm sure we will be talking about the Digital. We talk about Housewives stuff. Like every show is different. Like our last New York City show, we had the cast of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. So that was a very different show than the first show that we did in New York in January, which it was just me talking about the hot topics and things like that. So stay tuned for that. Tickets are now available for my show November 20th in Los Angeles. So stay tuned for that. Janae says, would you ever want to do TV, like have a TV show like Wendy Williams? Oh, yeah. I've always wanted to have a daytime talk show. I feel like daytime talk is not what it used to be, though. But I've always wanted to have a daytime talk show. Norma says, no drama will be happening that night. Okay, Norma. Yeah, Martha's Vineyard did deserve another season. Special K, LA in November would be a dream. I forgot last year I was there in November after BravoCon. I went to LA, so it would be like a year anniversary. Denise asked about an update in regards to Wendy. The last thing that we reported, there is a video that I did here on YouTube giving you guys an update on Wendy Williams. I'm going to bring back Stephanie St. Aubin, the attorney, to talk about the legality of what's going on with Wendy Williams. But Wendy's guardian is suing A&E Networks that produced the documentary, asking for a lifetime of care. And I was like, why would you need a lifetime of care? I mean, I get why you're suing them. They feel like they exploited Wendy and only paid her like $82,000 for that documentary. And I'm like, why would you need a lifetime of care? Where's her money, guardian? Where's end up? I need to work on the new merch for. I need to do a new, because I have the new logo. So maybe I need to do that this week. I have so much stuff to do. I agree. YouTube is, Naomi says, YouTube is the new daytime television, honey. That's why all the daytime shows post their shows and episodes and clips here on YouTube. I mean, YouTube should get into the business. I know they tried before, get into the business of producing a daytime talk show. Mellow Mel says, thoughts on Tia Mowry. I'm going to watch her new show on We. I didn't love the fact that she was backtracking on what she said about Tamara. I think it's okay that they grew apart. Yes, they're twins and it's sad, but you have a sibling that, grew apart. But I don't know why she would backtrack. You said what you said. You guys aren't close. It's fine that you're not close. They try to make it seem as if, they weren't close because of distance, like literal distance. I'm like, come on now. You said what you said. You said what you said. Chris says you should do a pilot for YouTube. I mean, I feel like every day I'm doing a pilot. No, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But I like every day I'm doing a pilot. Go check some of my other live shows. Our Tuesday Takeover is an example of one of those things. But I would love to have like a studio, a producer, a team in regards to producing the show where I'm not producing every single thing. So, and hosting, it's a lot. Can you imagine if I didn't have to do all those elements, what the show would be? Oh, it would be even better. Breezy says, it just sounds like they don't talk every day and that's okay. Yeah, it's also okay if they don't get along anymore. Thank you, Melomel. Melomel says your show is so balanced. And Dub says, pitch it to regular YouTube, not the YouTube TV. That's a whole other subscription. Yes, we know. YouTube TV is a whole other thing. I don't even think YouTube TV has a separate, like, just YouTube TV content. Maybe they do, but I would definitely do it for YouTube. Thank you, Kat. It's 11:02. Kat's keeping me on. Can we get to 1,000 likes though? Let's get to 1,000 likes and then I'm getting off of here. I'm gonna go take a shower and watch the Diddy of it all from here. If you're part of the replay crew, be sure to let us know your thoughts on anything that we've discussed tonight. And don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. You better take me with you when you go in Mama Alley. Mama Alley, what do you want to do? You'll be the Suzanne, getting the audience hype. YouTube TV is expensive. I have YouTube TV, and no, I don't get a discount. YouTube TV, and the prices just continue to go up, and it's not that great. But I keep it. I had Hulu Live TV at one point. I didn't love that either. YouTube is more invested on the Mr. Beast, Logan Paul YouTube people. We know. Look, we know. But they also have like 300 million subscribers. We're working on 500,000. One day we'll get to 1 million. And then who knows? Funky says, produce Mama Alley is loved. The Diddy of it all. I'll be quoting you, Kempire. Yes, the Diddy of it all. Yes, I remember, Theo. YouTube TV used to be $59.99 and now it's $72.99. And I think it's going to go up again. I don't know. I might need something else. I'm just so used to it. And I love the fact YouTube TV is a little bit different than some of the other live TV streaming options because you have like unlimited recording with them. So I kind of like that. Oh, yeah, Fabiana, without a doubt, YouTube TV streaming live TV is better than cable. But even cable's offering streaming now. Hey, they're saying Diddy is having animal. Ooh. Oh, God. I mean, I've heard the ritual conversation in regards to what people are talking about. YouTube has the most channels that I watch, so I can. Me too, Theo. That's why I keep it. The only thing it doesn't have is Lifetime when we want to watch Lifetime, but I don't watch Lifetime unless there's like a docuseries that I want to watch. Thank you, Ms. Frazier. We're almost there. We're almost at 500,000. Sometimes we pick up really quickly, and then sometimes it's just like it's like little by little. We're like climbing, but we're almost at 500,000. So I'm happy. We've grown tremendously in the last 3 years, 4 years. Breezy says I have YouTube Premium, Peacock, Netflix, Apple TV, and I have more than enough to watch. I have all the stuff: Hulu, Netflix, Peacock, Discovery, Max, YouTube TV. Max, though, and Discovery, I'm going to get rid of one of those because they have the same content. But I get a discount because I have Verizon on those. Thank you, Brown Eyes. Lifetime is restricted to a higher tier with DTV stream to greedy company. Yeah. But they don't even offer that for YouTube TV. You need like a whole other, like I would have to use Sling in order to watch Lifetime. V says maybe he was talking about the TMZ documentary. I know I'm having my own conversation over here. V. Max has a new bundle with this. I think that's they have a new bundle. You're right. I wonder if I'm going to be offered that. I need to go look because I get a Verizon bundle from like Hulu TV, Disney Plus. I never even watched Disney Plus. Even though I like having it though, because you never know, you might get in the mood to watch something on Disney Plus. You might get in the mood. Just saying. Anyways, thank you guys so much for 1,000 likes. Thank you for being here for our late night live. Again, if you enjoy content like this, be sure to let me know. And I will see you all tomorrow. I'm sure there will be another Diddy update because there is a press conference in regards to those 50 plus accusers. So I will probably have an update in regards to that. And I will be covering other stories. We don't just talk about Diddy over here. We talk about everything in pop culture. Also, I think Roni premieres tomorrow, right? Am I wrong? I think Roni premieres tomorrow night, replacing Real Housewives of Dubai. So I will be watching that and then recapping that on Wednesday. So make sure you subscribe. All right. Thank you to our mods. Don't forget to say and send love to our mods for holding us down in the live chat. Yes, rest in peace to Pete Rose. We had a few people pass away this week alone. Maggie Smith. There was another person from Beverly Hills Cop. I can't think of his name right now. You guys will remind me in the chat. Everything happens in threes. Is there a VP debate? Oh, the VP debate is tomorrow too. Oh, Lord. Roni's going to see a hit tomorrow. Lord. Everyone have a fantastic night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Like up the video if you haven't liked it already. Thank you so much for all of you that were watching. And I will see you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe to the Kempire podcast. And if you are in Los Angeles, I'll be there on November 20th at the Bourbon Room. Go get your tickets. Links are available below. Bye, y'all. I'm going to go wash the Diddy of it all off of me. Bye, y'all.
Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.